Yeah, professional.
Sure, let me repeat it. Why should we trust that you are not a candidate who rewards loyalty over competence?
First of all, I've been a man of law and order, integrity, transparency, and respect. And one thing that stands out is that during this campaign, I was offered a political position to be the fire chief, and I said that I don't have a price, and I rejected it. And people can feel how they feel about that. But honestly, I'm here running for mayor for you, the residents of the city of Lawrence, and it's my job to keep you safe and to look out for your dollars of taxpayers.
Loyalty over confidence. I have a campaign staff of one or two. They have their own loyalties, their families, etc. I get frustrated when I see names come down from above, from the third floor, that this person is who I want. Nobody dares ask the personnel director, how does that person's qualifications stack up percentage-wise as to the entire job skill set that is on the request for the job? Nobody asks that question. They just go along and rubber stamp it. No, if you can't do the job, you don't belong in the job.
I live in District F, and one of the reasons why I ran for city councilor at large in Senate F is because our current district councilor in District F is one of the only independent voices I see. If I challenge him, well, there's no change there, because I'm looking to be an independent voice on that table. If I challenge him to take his seat, there's still gonna be one. I'm trying to get in there and be on the other side. That way there's some balance, and now that's a change. We have more independent voices. I'm here for the people, to be the people. I'm repping on his high. I don't have a shirt and a tie. I am me. I'm Wilson Rosario, and I'm here for you. Thank you.
Most of us know me. I'm Frederick Diaz. I'm running this division of the city, the waste movement. I want the best for the city. We all live here. I work for the city. I'm currently working in one of the boards for the city, helping the community to get better. I want the city to get better, and that's my vision. So that's why I'm running for city council. I want the best. I've seen the community for the longest 20-something years, and I'm here, so I'm getting involved. That's all that I can tell you.
I have a track record already as an elected official for the last 12 years and city council for the last 10. I don't take that easy. I have worked with 3 different mayors, and everybody knows how I have worked with the 3 of them. I'm being an independent voice, and I'm gonna stay like that way. I hate political favors. I prefer not to run if it is because I'm gonna owe my career to someone else. No, thank you. I'm not into that. And so far, with the 3 mayors that I have worked, I have the capability and the desire to say no whenever the community decides and whenever it convenience for the community. And I'm gonna keep it stay that way. The city needs independent leaders at that council and as a mayor. If we don't have that, we are going to be in a very difficult position.
Have you guys heard the saying, we the people, for the people, by the people? Yes. I'm a true believer of that. That's on top of the Constitution. The only loyalty I have is to God, my mom, my wife, and the people of Orange is going to put me there to represent them. I don't take sides. I don't care who's there. It could be my brother. If they doing it wrong, I'm going to pull him out. It should be my mom. My mom said, you ask my mom. I will pull her out too. I don't have favoritism. I don't believe in that. I believe in protecting my people. The true value of the people.
Thank you for your answers. So teacher turnover has been a persistent challenge in Lawrence, especially for bilingual and special education teachers. So what specific strategies would you use to recruit and retain high-quality, diverse educators?
Interesting question. As a husband to a bilingual educator for a long time, been educating the Lawrence Public Schools, I have seen the turnover. I have seen teachers come and go. And I think that we have to stabilize the program in the city of Lawrence and make it a welcoming one so that we can retain educators. And what's happening right now with the parking meters at the three schools that are competing for the same parking spaces is not enticing to people to come into Lawrence to work and stay. So we definitely have to work on providing this educators and their staff a safe place to park so that they can get ticketed every day so they can start their day in a good positive note. Thank you.
I think that the fastest way, or the easiest way to keep teachers is to have a stable educational environment that they're working in. I've heard of cases of teachers being asked to leave because they were boat rockers. Is that right? No, it isn't. They go elsewhere, like other public safety agencies, they leave to, and they can go somewhere else, but, you've gotta provide a stable environment for these people to work in. They have to be working for people that they respect. I don't think that they respect a lot of the, upper echelon in the school system. That could also be a major factor.
We have to keep pushing programs that we have, such as turning our parents into teachers, our teachers into administrators, finding people that look like us, finding people that wear the same blue pants, the same white shirt that our children wear today. We need to be their educators. We need to lift them up. We need to come in and bring them up to the next level. And to keep teachers here that look like us, that sound like us, that are us, we need to look at competitive pay, see what's going on with us at the surrounding cities. You talk to union support, listen to the union, give the teachers what they want, be there for them, listen to them, keep them happy. At the end of the day, they always say, happy wife, happy life, happy teacher, happy students. I don't know. Let's do this.
I think the question is more about how to attract them to the community. So if you're gonna attract, you gotta supply something or either, motivate these people to come over. You can offer these teachers loan forgiveness, or their degrees, scholarships, and some other stuff so they can come in here to our city, to a bilingual. There's a lot of programs. So that's what I would offer. I will attract them by helping them with the student loans that they have and also the scholarship that they will get to.
Yes, the first thing we need to have in the city of London is, once January 26, 2026 comes, the first thing we have to have is a strong system and a well-developed system, school system that support the teachers, that don't play games around. And we need to have higher standards when it comes to our own system, when it comes to our expectation that we have for students, parents' involvement, and teachers. More importantly, we need to develop those programs to ensure that the teachers are comfortable here. But also we need to include and develop programs that allow teachers to understand our community. Because sometimes we don't have that. When I wrote my first campaign, a teacher helped me out. And when that teacher helped me out and she worked with me throughout the districts, she was a different teacher because she get to understand the community. We need to have that.
As a member to a teacher in Lawrence High School, I see her every day. I see the struggle she goes through every single day, day in and day out. I also, my best friend is a teacher in Lawrence His wife his brother also is a teacher on Saturday. And I hear all the feedback. I hear what's going on at the schools. And the number one thing we could do is bring the respect back for the teacher. Give them the respect that they deserve. Give them the pay they deserve. Because they're there teaching our kids for the real world. If you don't give them the tools, the respect they deserve, how are we going to obtain those teachers to come here and to stay? If they don't have a good environment to work on, then we're going to continue having that problem. So let's bring back the respect to the teachers, okay? And that will help our kids to become a better person.
Thank you so much. This next question, again, I think they're all. And this next question is about youth because youth are the future. They are the future of the world. So, how are you going to make sure that youth have equitable access to healthy activities so that they can be actively and civically engaged? Equitable access.
As a person that believes in recreation activities, like the open gyms that we have on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we can start there. But we have to support entities like the Canal Street Boxing Gym that is. And now we are only depending on the Lockdown Boxing Club to take all those boxers that were basically stranded. And you should see the conditions that they work. So when you visit these facilities and you ask them, what is it that you need? You know what I mean? I have a coach right here to my left and I see them what they're doing for the youth. But you have to let the youth know that they have a place, that they have a platform in this city, that they don't have to go elsewhere. So I would definitely be forming committees to attract these young people so that they have a voice. Reach out to the Lawrence High School student government body so that they can be part of your campaign, part of your platform. I've been reaching out. Let them know that you mean business and there is a place for them here. Thank you.
I grew up years ago in Lynn, and the Lynn Police Department had a police athletic league, which they contributed their time and possibly money to help keep the younger generation off the street. Now, I age myself, I'm 79. Most of my generation, for the most part, managed to stay out of trouble, whether it was through activities that were sponsored by the PAL, the Police Athletic League, or it was the park department, softball in the summertime and basketball in the wintertime. These were issues that were funded basically by the city. I would like to see that, but again, requesting the police department to do something when they're 30 men short, you can't push the budget on them. We have to find money. Money has been given away helter-skelter to storefronts to make themselves look good. $20,000, $30,000 raise.
What I would do, I'm gonna sleep tonight, wake up tomorrow morning, and keep doing what I do every day. Just today, we drew up a paper for the Weatherby football team. Just 2 weeks ago, we hosted a free football clinic for the Lions Club 1 returning athletes. Before that, we shared registration packets, registration forms, and found scholarships for the football programs at the Tech. Just keep going out there, being the coach that I am, involved with the youth, getting kids involved, helping families find resources for them to play, and keep giving them opportunity to do what they want. And have coaches that know what they're doing, that are there for a check. Coaches accountable as well to talk about health and not just sports, and to keep leading our kids in the right direction.
I lost track of the question. Can you ask the question again?
Yes, sorry. I'm sorry. Youth are the future. And so the question is, how are we going to ensure that youth have equitable access to healthy activities for them to be actively and civically engaged? It's about equitable access.
Exactly. That's why you asked, tell me to ask the question again. Public safety is number one. recreation in the city. We have a city full of drugs, homeless all over the place. We need to make sure their environment is safe, especially other, like in the recreation parks and anything that we have. I will also get involved with the nonprofits that we have in the city that help these programs to be successful and make sure we have the same agenda. That's what I would do.
Thank you, Buenaventura. Equitable masses. The first thing that we need to do, I believe, that is to hire people that look like the people that you want to serve. And in this case, it's about youth and youth healthy activities. We need to hire youth so those programs can be successful. Sometimes we believe that just by hiring the next person that is right next to it, that help us out on the campaign, they're gonna help out the program. No, it is not. Actually, if we hire local youth, they're gonna feel representative with those. And more importantly, the youth will respect the elders, but they not necessarily gonna listen to them. They will listen to a coach that feel and look like them and is going through the same struggles if there is any struggles for the same benefits. So let's hire more youth to represent those activities.
I'm gonna put an example, I'm gonna put New York City as an example. New York City has program like sports program, where the city is sponsoring teams and to help out the parents to pay for the league, for the student, for the kids to go play basketball, football, baseball. So that would be one way we could bring a kid to play sports, or even programs like, I said this, I'm sorry, I lost the word, but, like cultural blocks, like, programs that have to do with the cultures. Not every kids like to play sports, so let's bring cultural programs where they could, continue learning, like, let's say painting, things like that. Like, once again, let's bring them options to keep their mind healthy and their body healthy.
Thank you. I just want to remind the audience that we are no longer accepting questions. Thank you to all of you who have submitted some truly outstanding questions. And so let's talk about homelessness prevention, because those are pressing challenges in this community. Name one thing you will do to address these issues.
So one thing that I would do is treat homeless or unhoused people with dignity, because we don't know how they ended up here. So one thing that I would do is that I would treat homeless and unhoused people with dignity.
I agree with that. They need to be treated with dignity, but the major problem is what created this whole issue of homelessness in Lawrence. This happened, 8, 10 years ago when, Lawrence became a sanctuary city, and there were about 70 outside agencies that pushed to make Lawrence to make it a sanctuary city, so they could send their RIF and their RAP, which we now call the homeless and the underprivileged. Lawrence, it's your problem. We need to throw back to the communities that these people came from and get some sort of financial kickback. If we're gonna be providing services, why shouldn't that community, the people what they have on their driver's license or their ID, why shouldn't that community be providing financial remuneration to us?
The first thing as a city council I would do is text Michael Gordon, get a bunch of ideas from him and his CMF movement. I don't know much about homeless, things that are happening. I do have people out there that I really want to help. But I would connect with people, with subject matter experts that know about those things and have them educate me on what I could do to help our homeless people and lives. Thank you.
There's no other place to be treated better than Lawrence. They all come here, 3 or 5 buses every morning, drop them off at McDonald's from New Hampshire, in other states. The programs that we have here attracts them to come here, and they're humans. They need to be treated fairly. I'm agree. But the amount of trash and the money that spends the city every year in our rivers, meadows, you name it, trash all over the place. I think nonprofit institutions are in Lawrence that are attracting these people and programs that are pushed to Lawrence only. And Dover doesn't want them. New Hampshire doesn't want them. None of them want them. But our city is getting trashed every day. So we have to find a solution. Their city, what they belong to, they need to have these programs so they can be helped there too. Because we spend a lot of money in trash cleaning up our city every year. Thank you.
Well, the first thing that we need to do when it comes to homelessness is, first of all, treat them as a person. Because sometimes we don't know how a person ended up there, what the struggle that they come from. The second thing that we need to do is identify the specific program that is going to help that person. And once we identify those, it could be different situations, different programs, and then encourage them and support them to stay on those programs. How are we going to pay for that, right? Yes, we do have money. We do have the opioid settlement money, the funds that we are getting due to the crisis that happened in the city of Lawrence back then. And if we use those funds, we're going to be able to provide those services. Yes, we have the funds, but those funds are being used for other things, perhaps developing an application for pregnancy that is going to benefit specific people at City Hall. And we need to stop that. We got to make sure that we provide the services to the people that deserve them.
Well, once again, I stole my speech, so it's kind of hard to compete against them. But what I have to say is, I'm gonna agree with the other candidates. These are people who we don't know what happened in their life to end up homeless. Like, and not everybody looks at them like, oh, they're drug addicts. No, they're not. And I seen it personally. I met up a gentleman at the Central Bridge who you look at him, you think he's just another drug addict, and it's just a person who lost everything in their life and got to their situation. You know, we have to treat them with respect. Everybody have to be treated with respect, and give them the chance to come back to out of the hole. So yeah, let's bring up programs and let's make sure the programs get to them, make sure the funds go to the programs, and make sure that nobody take advantage of it.
Thank you. What are your plans? So we've talked a lot about funding, right? What are your plans to increase revenue for the city without necessarily hurting the taxpayers' budget?
Well, I truly believe that we have a beautiful industrial park. And I think that we can bring corporations that are not only going to bring jobs, but are going to increase the tax base in the city of Lawrence. There is a lot of small businesses in this city that are looking for room to expand, and we seem to be obstructing them from doing so. So I truly believe that we have to explore the opportunities that we have our beautiful industrial park, so we can grow, bring larger corporations into Lawrence. We have the room, so I would go with that, and I would definitely surround myself with the experts on that field, so that we can continue to do that. But that's it. Explore, maximize our industrial park, because we are accessed by 110, 495, 93. So think about it. Lawrence is easily accessible, so it has a lot of potential because we don't showcase the city for its true values. Thank you.
Quite frankly, I think that the agreement that the city has with the LRA that dates back 8 or 10 years should be reevaluated. I think that the city should have the right to deal with the property that the LRA is trying to steal from the city, and let them sell the stuff at market value, put them up for bid. What else? Let's see. This year's budget, the 26 budget, went up $30 million over the 25 budget. I think the previous budget went up another 20 or $30 million. Next year, the 2027 budget's gonna probably hit $500 million for a town, for a city that's only 7 square miles. Come on, you can pare the living daylights out of that city's budget and save a lot of money. Thank you.
Our surrounding cities like Haverhill, Lowell, and Drake all have cannabis businesses. They make tons of money with those taxes, a lot of money. I'm sure everybody's familiar with who David Ortiz is. He is looking to invest in Lawrence. We need to revisit stuff. He's in the industry for cannabis. We bring that over here, we could actually lower the taxes because that's how much money we're gonna make off that. And we can stop arresting people for steady stuff. It's 2025, we have to adjust with what's happening. Let's bring the cannabis business into Lawrence and make limits like Lowell, Haverhill, and Drake are doing. From our people that are driving 15 minutes away, and they could come over here and get their stuff. And we'll reduce crime. There goes illegal drug dealers. We have it legally. Let's get that done. Thank you.
As he mentions about the NRA, there's a lot of companies that are bidding and a lot of properties here in the city. And I'm really happy that that's happening in a way because we can attract a lot of, as you know, the history of Lawrence is manufacturing and companies and all that stuff. A lot of tech companies will come here because of the lower tax. I would work on that and use a lot of the space that we have to bring that. That'll create jobs and the economy will raise a lot too for the city. We need to attract the business to come here. And that's one of the reasons and the things that I would do, attract tech companies to come here to be part of this. Thank you.
The first thing that I will do is to identify local receipts to ensure that we are collecting those funds accordingly. We have different license fees that sometimes the city of Lawrence is not quite aggressive when it comes to getting those. Our local receipts also include taxes and exercise, but those are not necessarily the most important thing. We need to grow our local economy. If we grow our local economy through entrepreneurship, then we're going to have more avenues. We are going to be more successful when it comes to providing the resources to those entrepreneurs, but they're going to create jobs. If they create jobs, and then we're going to have more opportunities. Since a couple of the candidates have mentioned the LRA, think about congestions, because all of the properties that LRAs want to develop are the local parking lots that we have around. The city of Lawrence have about 74,000 vehicles. And if we have no place to park, I guess that our living rooms will going to be the parking lots.
Well, one of the things I would go, one of the issues that we face is a lot of illegal construction. People building illegal basements, illegal areas, even garages. I know there's a law passed, but not everybody's just going by the law. I believe we should go after those people that are doing illegal constructions. They decide of that's a revenue. We're gonna fix those two problems with that. We're gonna get more revenue. And we're gonna fix the problem of illegal construction, which also causes problems like fires. That causes a lot of fires. You guys see little fires going on lately. That's part of the problem, and we're gonna fix that. Also, bad driving. Go after people who driving erratically. People who driving, under the influence. Let's go after that. That's what we're gonna fix the problem. We're gonna fix the driving problem, the way people are driving around, and we're gonna create revenue. Okay?
So Lawrence is nothing if not a community of entrepreneurs. This I have. What is your plan to support and help develop the many small businesses and entrepreneurs in this community?
I would start by using the small businesses that are being successful. I want to cite names like Johan Lopez and others, young entrepreneurs that have done it. E4All, those are entities that people have been very successful. They have scholarships, they have grants money that motivate people, but I'll definitely showcase the small businesses have been successful and, they continue to grow. So I would be a partner to sitting down with these people and learning more about what is motivating, what is that they want. So I want to be a partner to everybody in the city.
I myself would approach some of the more successful, bigger businesses and see if they wish to mentor smaller organizations into becoming, what it was. If I'm not mistaken, Sal Napoli, mentored the test kitchen down the street, and, it's worked out reasonably well. I mean, there have been, successful things that come out of that. Uh, I don't know how you eliminate people from coming in and being basically, fly by nights, take the money and run, but that's something that has to be resolved, but my idea would be go for the big businesses and see if you can get them to mentor the small businesses.
Well, registering my business this year, no, last year in June, it took forever. That's where that comment came from, the 2 week process when something should take 2 days. Having people and everything else, having people that know how to do their job. However, when you walk into city hall, you could register your business, start working on your business, and get a step-by-step guideline on how to even start a business. Yes, we have those successful people that have their businesses that started 15, 10 years ago. But today, you're no entrepreneur that wants to start today. You get the run around, and you never get to start right on time and get things done. So bring in resources for step-to-step guidelines, that way you could be able to start your businesses. And part of my mission statement, it says promote growth for everyone. Be able to promote growth for everyone, let them start second businesses and educating people on how to actually start a business and how to maintain a business. Shout out to Ernest Mercedes from UBI.
One of the issues that we have in the city is a lot of people, entrepreneurs want to start up. And a lot of the people that are really successful in the city started with a TIF, tax incentive, micro loans. And that was what I would do. Sports, there's a lot of people here that want to do businesses, new business, but they need the help. And that's what I would do, tax incentives, micro loans, so they can help to start up a business in this city. We need it. Thank you.
Entrepreneurship is important. I just touched on that topic a few minutes ago. We need to support our entrepreneurs. They're going to create jobs at the local level. They're going to create jobs to people that look like us, and that's important because at the end of the day, it's a matter of accessibility. How are they going to get access to the governments? How are they going to get access to those the specific resources that are going to be provided by the local governments? If we don't have accessibility, we're not going to have a successful entrepreneur. And if we don't have those processes to be crystal clear, we're going to be in a situation that is going to be a difficult situation for the entrepreneurs. So also, we need to provide the right resources to the entrepreneurs. The right resources doesn't mean that it's just a resource. It's the right resource for them to be successful. And also, we need to identify the difference between a hobby and a business. A hobby is not a business. Let's keep that in mind.
Number one thing is that I want to make sure that the money stays in Lawrence. It's for people in Lawrence, for businesses in Lawrence, and that's it. Like Mr. Rosa said, we don't want some fly-by-night guy that comes by, get the grant, and then bye-bye. No, let's keep it here. Okay, let's help our kids, grow a business or start a business. I'm a business owner myself too. I started from zero. And thank God, God helped me out and then I grew. But we all need the help. But we need to make sure that the money that comes into Lawrence for our businesses stays in Lawrence.
Thank you. This is a health-related question. The pandemic exposed gaps in Lawrence's public health infrastructure. If another public health crisis arises, what specific steps would you take to better protect residents?
Well, as I stated earlier, right, Let's start right now and not wait for that. Because right now we've been blessed that we have not gotten hit with another pandemic in the last 4 years. Because God only knows about what had happened. How we would have responded when we ranked last in the state in the budget for our board of health, our health department. So let's start by sitting down with Dr. Bourne right now and develop those strategies. He is a partner, he's the one that's gonna educate us on what it is that we need to be ready for that next episode or whatever it is that comes our way. Let's not be reactive, let's be proactive. Let's sit with the professionals that know what they're talking about so that we can get there and prepare for the next, hopefully never pandemic. Thank you.
I agree, we should rely on the experts, not the media experts, but the local experts. They're the ones that know the issues that we have in our own immediate areas. If they can't tell what the problem is and how it's gonna spread, I mean, do I wanna listen to, whatever, various TV stations, channels that say, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that? I just don't wanna see money wasted on advice given by people, self-proclaimed experts. Thank you.
We have to educate and be able to have a reliable source. That way they could let us know what's really happening, stay busy. If shutdowns were to happen, be able to stay busy, stay active, stay mentally stable for your health, and have lines to be able to reach out to people, networking, knowing how to communicate with people, having, for example, students. Every student should have a Chromebook by now in case schools were to be shut down, but they'll still continue school. I remember when the pandemic happened, we were running around everywhere trying to get each kid's Chromebook. So, like Manuel says, to always be proactive and do things like that and stay busy. What started out as a hobby in 2020 during the pandemic turned into a business that made me $6,200 in net sales in the month of August. So hobbies do become businesses. Just stay busy.
We depend on who? The federal and the state. So what I will do is I will create a fund and start creating a fund with the state and the federal government for these situations. Also, I will get connected with the nonprofits and religious groups in the city to identify the issues that we have in the past, and we can be ready if we have another pandemic. The federal government and the state have the ability to push our money in grants here. So we will start working now with that, just in case something happens.
Yes, sometimes emergencies are something that we're not expecting and we need to deal with it. When it comes to health, we already went through the pandemic and we learned a lot from that. What we need to do is like understand that this is our new normal. Let's not forget about what we went through and let's learn from it and let's implement those programs and develop those and not treat it as an emergency. So we can continue providing the services, the quality of services to the people. So when we go through a similar situation or a situation that is even worse, we are more protected. Sometimes when it comes to emergency, it is not if it's going to happen, it is a matter of when it's going to happen. And let's be prepared for that. Let's have programs that are on writing. So when people come for the government, the local governments, they already have some experience on writing programs.
First of all, I think we should have already learned from our mistakes from the pandemic that happened. We everybody made a lot of mistakes. That's number one. Number two, we gotta get together with the professionals, the real professionals, to create a plan to act upon the whatever health crisis we have. Um, One of the problems also it is, I should say, is that household is multiple family. Okay, and that's one of the biggest issues too, that there's two different families living in one house. And you don't know what the other family is doing, and you don't know where they're going, but they have to live there because of the cost of living. Okay, so that's one way we have to attack. So everybody have their own space, everybody can live a decent life and a better protected.
All right, gentlemen, we're going to ask you one more question because we want to make sure that we give you time for a closing statement, which is 1 minute, by the way. So we've asked you questions on lots of different topics, or on 4 different topics, on health, on education, on immigration, on housing. And yet, of course, we know that those are not the only challenges that persist in this community. And I think the question for you is, if you were to be elected, what are the top 3 things you will address in your first 90 days?
Public safety, public schools, and public health. And public health was one of those that we just debated a little bit about homelessness and how is this affecting our community. It's about partnerships. It's about having funding or seeking the funding. It's about opening it up to the community of faith to do their part. Lawrence cannot do it alone. Lawrence cannot do this alone. So those are my 3 top topics. And I would definitely start with public safety because of the fact that we know that our police department has taken a beating for the last 3 or 4 years. And we got to change that. And that comes with trying to put unqualified people in certain positions that affect everything else, including what I've been preaching, your quality of life. So let's be responsible with the decisions and the hiring processes that we have. But that would be it: public safety, public education, and public health. Thank you.
My first thing would be public safety, namely the police department, getting them back up to where they should be. No, not where they should be. Based on population, they should be somewhere around 200 police officers. We're mandated for about 160. So another 40 police officers would solve a lot of problems, but it creates financial issues. The second issue I would pushing for would be a combination, well, we probably need the water department to redo a lot of the water mains in the city, as evidenced by the fiasco and the fire on Lowell Street 2 or 3 weeks ago. The lack of water, having to run lines from Broadway and from almost Main Street down Lowell Street to get proper amount of water. And then the last thing, so I don't want to put it down as I don't really care about it, is the public education system.
A lot of tonight's questions were very mayoral question type thing. The first thing I would do in my first 90 days is listen to you guys. As a city councilor, I'm here for you guys. What 3 things you guys want me to attack? You name it, I'll attack it. I'm not here to attack the 3 things that I think is wrong. I'm here to attack everything you guys want to see fixed.
Before I see it in the city council, you need to have a plan. You just can sit there and think about it while you're there. You need a plan before you get it. That's what you do your campaign. Housing, public safety, and health. That's my main topics. I will work on that right away, especially public safety. We are in a city that needs a lot of help with drugs, crime. That leads to economics. More drugs, more crime, less business attraction. It's all connected. We can go around the whole night here. So that's what I will work. I have a criminal justice degree, and I'm going to crack down on drugs and crime. Believe me. Thank you.
The first thing I would like to continue working is on safety. Well, safety to me is not just guns, violence, and drugs. It is not just that. I want to make sure that we have a city that we can enjoy a walkable city that we can enjoy walking around and feel safe. When it comes to safety, it is not just what typically is being defined through different campaigning. It is more than that. We need to make sure that we feel secure. The second thing that we need to that I want to prioritize is on the near future is education and our youth. Those things working together with that I want to make sure that we have work with the school committee uh, to make sure that we got that done properly and combine those two. And the third thing that I wanted to keep on working is accessibility and transparency. If we have a local government that is accessible to the public, and if we have a local government that is transparent, we can have better results.
I think we could all agree that public safety will be on the top of our list. Same thing as education. I completely agree with that. Another thing I'm gonna agree with, Mr. Giovanni, is that government transparency. I'm coming in because I know that the city of Lawrence need more transparency. I know that the city of Lawrence need people in there to defend uh, their rights, their money, okay? When you asked earlier about loyalty, that's what I'm bringing. I'm bringing the loyalty to the city council, to the people, to defend their money, to make sure that everybody in government is doing the right job for the people, not for themselves or for a special interest. There's no special interest in city hall. There's no special interest in the city council. This is for the people.
Thank you, candidates. So we're going to move on now to the closing statement. And guess what? You have 2 minutes, not 1. 2 minutes. So if you want to go ahead, wait. Thank you. We have to reset the clock. So please leave the audience with some time makers.
That's why we extended it to 2 minutes to give them a chance to.
Yeah. It was a great question, though. I appreciate it, but no.
Good evening. Juan Miguel Gonzalez, running for mayor of City of Lawrence, city that I love. I came to the city of Lawrence in 1982, so I basically been here my whole life. Been a firefighter for 29 years, a private investigator for 18 years. I've been running a nonprofit called Heal Lawrence, helping fight victims. Been a coach in Little Leagues for 15 years. So ever since I came here, all I've done is provide services to this community, give back, because I feel blessed. I feel that I have it all. The Lord has blessed me with everything. I got a beautiful wife. I got three beautiful kids and 3 beautiful grandkids. And while I'm before you tonight, asking you for your support. I'm asking you for your vote on September 16th, and then we're going to do it again on November 4th. I want to be your next leader. I want to be that leader that cares about all these issues that we are talking about here tonight. Public safety is indeed to me because it's all I've done for the last 29 years. So I have renovated to your homes. I understand the quality of life issues. I understand what the school system is going through. I talk to the people like the Jonathan Goosens of the world, people that are brave, the young, and they highlight the youth of this community. And the future is bright. And I just want to break that door down and let the young people in Lawrence know that they have a platform, that they have a voice, and that once I'm done taking that barrier down, they're going to come through, running in, and they're going to take it over. So I look forward to having a lot of young people in office, in power, in government, sooner than later. So honestly, I just want to say that mannyforlawrence.com is the website. 978-620-6863 is the number you can reach me at. So I want to thank the moderator. I want to thank the timekeeper, the translator, Jeff Andrews, everyone, RCW, ACLU, all of you that took time to put this event together. So as a firefighter, I was running to calls in the burning building, so I wasn't going to run away for being on this debate. So that's why I'm here tonight. Thank you for the opportunity.
Hi, my name is Rich Russell, and this is unfair. Me giving me 2 minutes, a public audience and a microphone without scripted that I usually do at the city council chamber. I've lived in Lawrence since February 2001. I moved back from Delaware. It's all I could afford. My wife said if she knew what Lawrence was, she would have stayed in Delaware. She didn't like Delaware. But Unfortunately, my wife is no longer with me, and if she had been, I wouldn't be here because happy wife, happy life. But my priorities, first of all, I'm a good listener. Second of all, I do a lot of digging. I'm retired. I have a lot of time on my hands. I know where to look. And I think I have a pretty good track history of, opening my mouth and being what, 95% correct? Again, my main issues are public safety, definitely, public safety, we gotta do something about that. I touched on the educational system. There's really not much I, as a city council, can do other than approve and signing the check that the school committee sends over for us to take care of their bills. But I'm there, I I'm available, unfortunately, through some political chicanery. I lost my Facebook page almost a year ago. I'm there. You know where to find me. Owner, more time. It's interesting. Some of you might recognize some of my photography that I have posted online. It is what it is. I'm not afraid of any ethnic groups. You're all the same. We are the uniform we wear. We are Lawrencians. We are one.
As we all know, our democracy got hit hard not too long ago here in Lawrence, when the current elected officials decided to change our school committee format. When I first announced back in December that I'm running for city council at large, they said, why not for district up? Why not for school committee? You know you're gonna have to take your ears off, right? They tried to shut down my dreams and visions before I even got started. On September 16th, November 4th, when you vote for Nelson Rosario, you're not voting for me. You're voting for democracy to show them that even though they've been sitting in those chairs for a long time, those chairs do not belong to them. They belong to you. Lastly, because I don't have the three top priorities I want to attack doesn't mean I don't have plans. Just because I'm gonna, you decide, if you decide education, the plan is there. You decide public safety, the plan is there. We're ready to work and we're ready to fight for you guys. We're here for you. Thank you.
Um, the city of Lawrence needs a lot of help. People like us decided to run for a better community. We've been here for a long time. I've been here for like 25 years. I work for the city as a chief of staff, and I'm working for the city right now, helping the community. I always get involved. It doesn't matter what's the issue. If it's good for the city, I'm on it. That's the idea. I'm Frederick Diaz, and I'm counting with your vote. We need new faces. We need new people that will work with issues that we need to get done. We don't have to wait for 10 years, 3 years, 4 years to work on something. Our kids are waiting out there. Our city needs stuff. We need to act on issues that are really happening right now. There's a lot of tabling in the city council, cases for 3 or 4 years that the city needs. I'm here to work. I want to legislate. Let me legislate. Let me do the things that you wanted to do. That's why you elect politicians. Frederick Diaz, running for city council at large for the city of Lawrence, September 16, give me your vote. You won't regret it. And November 4. Thank you so much.
Well, my name is Giovanni Rodriguez. I'm a current city council at large, and I'm looking for re-election. Why am I looking for re-election? I've been in the council for 10 years, as I just said, and I think that the work I haven't finished the work yet. I'm a civil engineer by trade. I've been working on my field for the last about 20 years. About 17 years for the state of Massachusetts, the transportation division. And I want to bring those and continue bringing those experiences to the city council. As an elected official, I hate politics. And let me repeat that. I hate politics. Why? Because politics shouldn't be first. Public service should be first. Quality of service should be first. And if we keep on bringing politics first, that means that we're putting the people second. I have a proven leadership, an independent voice, and a track record for the last 10 years. And let me tell you something, I have worked with 3 different mayors. And that means that we need to find common grounds on some issues. And that means that we are not going to find common grounds on some issues. I'm looking for your vote. And I wish that you can support me. I'm humbly asking you for your vote because we need to continue the service that we initiated back in 2013 as a school committee member and back in 2015 as a city councilor. So I hope that I earn your support.
Hi, everyone. My name is John Rigo. I am a mechanical engineer. I've been right now I have a company, the Battle Transportation and Logistics. I've been in my business for 10 years. Been in this, in the industry for 23. In Lawrence, I moved to Lawrence back in 1998. Well, I didn't move, they made me move from off it. I didn't have no choice, but, it was the right choice. It was the right choice because I have 2 little brothers that I have to look after, have to think about them. Um, why John Regal? Okay, John Regal is a dope man. I decided to run as a city council because I come here to defend your rights, defend your money, make sure that you're being well represented in the city council, make sure that the people in the city hall are doing their job. And I'm not just gonna sit there and raise my hand to say yes or no. I'm also gonna make sure that everything's getting done the right way. And if you don't agree, make sure you get out of City Hall because you don't belong in City Hall. People in City Hall, they're there, belong and working for the people. Remember, we the people, for the people, by the people, period. Okay? November, September 16th, I'm on the corner. Go out and vote for John Regal. John Regal is the one that's gonna make sure you're well represented. You make sure to keep everything in check. I don't care who stays as a mayor or who's in the city council. I'm gonna keep tabs on them. And I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna call them out when they don't represent you the right way or the way it's supposed to be. Thank you.
Candidates, thank you so much. It is really, like I said, an honor and privilege to be able to ask these questions and participate in this forum. And now I'm gonna hand it over to the fabulous Jeff Amber. Hey, well, first of all, let's have another round of applause for these awesome. We really appreciate your commitment to the democratic process and your willingness to put yourself out there. I know you didn't get those first questions till an hour before the debate, and then you had a whole bunch of spontaneous questions to answer. So thank you. I think you all did a great job. I also just want to give a shout out to, while we were planning for this and promoting this forum, there were 3 radio shows that hosted us and helped, to promote the forum and promote this democratic event. And so thank you to Carmen Chalas, thank you to Altagracia Mai, and thank you to Gabby Gabby, I don't know Gabby's last name. Robles for hosting us on that. And then I just want to say thank you to everybody who turned out here tonight to listen to the candidates, to ask your questions, and to participate in this event. This is what makes a healthy and strong democracy. So let's go out and vote next week for the candidate of your choice on September 16th. Thank you.
Todo bien. Felicidades. Buen desempeño.
Gracias, gracias.
Ernesto, hermano mío. Muchas felicidades. Gracias, gracias. No te preocupes. Bueno, ya usted sabe, sigan su trabajo. El placer es mío. Me alegra verlo. Bueno, terminó el foro. Vamos a ver si tenemos algunas impresiones. Hola, mi cielo. Muy bien, me alegra verte.